What's up, guys? Grab that coffee out. This is the AMZ Secrets Show and your host, David Aladdin. This is a podcast for advanced sellers looking to 2x, 3x, and 10x their businesses. We're not just in this game to take part, we're in this game to take over. I believe in consistently pushing ourselves to the next level in strategies that break people through. Today's sponsor is AMZ Secrets VIP, the social network for Amazon sellers looking to 2x to 20x their Amazon businesses. AMZ Secrets brings secrets live, real-time mastermind discussions, and insights with sellers all in one place. With all these strategies, I personally have 3x'd my business, and many other sellers have too. Today, we've got a special guest on the show. His name is Peter Zapf, and he's from Hong Kong, where he's doing a bit of work with China suppliers launching their own brands. What? All right. What's up, Peter? How's it going?
Okay, thanks, David. How about yourself?
Pretty good. I believe the time over there is 9 p.m. Is that correct?
Yeah, you got that right. Yep.
Man, all right. So you probably don't have coffee yet.
Oh, no. I've got a 6-year-old. I get up in the morning to take care of him, so I'm ready to go to sleep as soon as we're done here. I go to bed early.
Yeah, I do too, actually. Yeah. I'm a early riser and early sleeper.
Right on. That's what I am.
So I actually, just to sidestep, in terms of like businesses, I think, waking up early allows me to like kickstart the day faster, a lot quicker and more powerful too. Do you see the same kind of result?
Yeah, I guess the key is when you roll out of bed, just start doing some work.
Yeah. If I start doing work at night, my brain just starts to go all over the place. So.
Oh yeah, no. When my brain's tired, I gotta sleep.
Okay, so can you tell us a little bit about yourself to get started?
Yeah, no, sure. I work with Global Sources.
Okay.
So we've been in business for over 40 years, but really we help overseas buyers or global buyers find manufacturers and suppliers to work with. And one of the things we're seeing is a lot more Amazon buyers looking to source direct from China. So we run a website, globalsources.com,
okay.
And we also run trade shows. We run them primarily in Hong Kong, twice a year, 3 sets of shows. We'll run an electronics show for 4 days, mobile and gifts and home show, and a fashion accessories show. Each of those will have around 3,000 suppliers. And then at our most recent show about 2 weeks ago, we ran a Smart China Sourcing Summit, really targeted online and Amazon sellers, helping them primarily learn sourcing from China, but then also a bit of selling on Amazon.
Okay, that is definitely a mouthful. Okay, so to take a step back, if someone wanted to go to your summit, do you guys include the cost of the ticket into the summit, or is that something people have to figure out themselves?
So for the summit, we ran that in Hong Kong. We co-located it with our trade show. Prices vary depending on how far in advance you bought the ticket, but from I think $4.99 US to $8.99 US. But definitely people are paying their own transportation to get there.
Cool. Also, for everybody that's tuning in, I'm not affiliated with Global Sources, so we're just getting as much information as possible and insights based on the knowledge that he's given. Okay, so when you guys throw these summits, is there a reason why you guys chose China over the USA? Is it because you want to get everybody in proximity of all the manufacturers, or what's the reasoning behind that?
Oh yeah, no, the main thing is we co-locate with our trade shows. So we run our trade shows in Hong Kong. We thought, hey, it would be great to co-locate a summit or a conference for learning how to source from China with a bunch of China suppliers. So then folks, we set it up so folks could learn, then go down to the show floor, talk to a bunch of suppliers, come back,
cool.
ask all the questions they had,
Yeah.
and just go back and forth.
So yeah, I think a lot of my listeners would actually be interested in this kind of thing just because we don't really have direct connections to the manufacturers. It's mostly done through Skype or through a website like Alibaba. And what you're saying is you take all these manufacturers. Do you know these manufacturers? Are they like part of Global Source in like some sort of way?
Well, we're a trade show organizer.
Mm-hmm.
So effectively at the trade shows, the manufacturers are paying for space on the show floor.
Wow, that's pretty sweet, yeah.
Yeah, so, but I mean, if folks have issues or, need help following up with a supplier, feel free to contact our customer services and we'll do what we can to support that.
How many manufacturers do you guys have at your shows typically?
So the electronics and the mobile and gifts and home shows each will have between 3,000 and 3,500. And I think the fashion accessory show will do, I don't remember the number, between 1,000 and 1,500.
Okay, so about 6,000 manufacturers at a time, ish. Kind
Well, each of those shows is a different set of
one?
dates. So
Okay.
yeah, so one's 3,000 and 3,000, then call it, I don't remember, 1,000 or 1,500.
So what you're saying is more people are trying to source electronics in a sense. Is that where you see a lot of mass velocity and sourcing agents going to the shows?
Certainly that's where we have strengths. I mean, just to put it in perspective, we run our shows. There's two other organizers in Hong Kong, the Mega Show and the Hong Kong Trade Development Council that also run shows. And then the Canton Fair runs its shows up in Guangzhou. So we all kind of schedule our shows around the same time so that buyers, when they come out and visit, they have a choice of whether they want to visit 1, 2, or 3 of the shows.
That makes sense.
And which shows they're going to visit depends in part on the different product category strengths of the different shows. So some folks may go just to Canton, some folks may go just to one of our shows, some folks may go just to Hong Kong shows. Everybody's going to be a little different in their preferences.
Can you tell us a little bit about your position in Global Sources, and also more about the company? Like, how many employees do you guys have?
Yeah, no, sure. So I'm the CIO. I'm responsible for a lot of our technology infrastructure, but I also try to get engaged in the sourcing process, understanding the sourcing needs of our customers so that we can continue to develop our services. Mm-hmm. In terms of number of team members in the company, we've got, I think, over 2,000 folks. We've got about, 30 plus offices in mainland China, and we're publicly listed GSOL on the NASDAQ, so there's plenty of public information about us.
Okay, I'm going to switch gears just a little bit. What got you into Global Sources? How did you become CIO? What was the process to get to this point that you are at today?
Well, I have a little bit of a technical background. Mm-hmm. I was on the marketing side previously, and internally, folks said, "Hey, you can talk to the technology people pretty well. Can you go help manage that team?" And I said, "Yeah, sure, okay." But again, that's kind of the technical side. I don't know if that's as interesting for the audience. I try to get involved a lot on the business side also, a lot of the sourcing issues and sourcing processes that buyers deal with, all the way from the larger buyers down to the, call it the Amazon buyers, or, 5 or 10 years ago, we would have said the eBay power sellers.
Yeah. Very cool. This is just out of my curiosity, what's the biggest item that people source from you guys or from the fair?
Oh, biggest. Huh.
Yeah.
Big. What have I seen that's big? We don't do a lot of industrial products. We don't do machinery at our shows.
Okay.
We don't do a lot of furniture. That would be big. Drones, fashion. I guess maybe some of the clothing pieces, a full bodysuit or something at our fashion accessories show. Mm-hmm. We do a lot of goods for consumer resale. So at the electronics show would be a lot of digital cameras, computers, cases, mice. At the mobile and gifts and home show, we've definitely got a ton of tablets, phones, speakers, headphones, power banks. Our gifts and home show, I saw some LED grow lights, for instance. Those were kind of cool. And then just everything from bike helmets with built-in turn signals to hanging things for your closet to organize your closet. In our fashion accessories show, we'll have bags, footwear, scarves, underwear, swimwear, I said footwear, shoes. So a pretty wide variety of products.
I'm going to jump right back into electronics because a lot of people always, like the Amazon people, say to stay away from electronics unless you're very expert on that kind of stuff, just because the lithium-ion batteries tend to explode or there's liabilities around that. You guys seem to have a ton of, 3,000 to 3,500 suppliers that go to these shows. So obviously a lot of people are sourcing this kind of stuff.
Yeah, no, if you look at if you look at Anchor, which is basically a Chinese PL company, they did 300 million in sales on Amazon